Imagine for 700 something days I slept like this. I want you to let that sink in and just understand and know how lucky and how fortunate you are to be in a bed or with a roof over your head. Don't ever take that for granted. As I was on that trip or even booking it, I knew I was going to pay for it, and I have been paying for it for the last 3 days. Let me just kind of catch you up what's going on. So
sometimes it's hard to stay positive while we battle this unfolding crisis.
The people are scared right now, and they're stressed, and they're looking for somebody to reach out.
We've seen some pretty bad human behaviour, but we've also seen some of the best.
We're mobilizing a group of volunteers to deliver groceries to elderly people that should not be out shopping on their own in these times.
And if we're gonna, rise out of this, we gotta do it together.
It's a terror of knowing what this world is about. Watching some good friends screaming, let me out!
Welcome to the Tonight Show at Home Edition.
Thank you for coming to see.
for the last 22 months, I've been living out of my car. So started in September of 2018, started off as a wild idea to save money and not have to pay rent and just be free, because I seen a whole, bunch of people doing it on the mainland.
Just within a few days ago, you got news about this new place you're living in, because this is your last night staying at home in your car, and then tomorrow night you're going to be able to sleep in a new place.
Can you believe we finally made it? And I was telling you guys for episodes after episode after episode that one day we would have this moment where I sit down and we celebrate, because I'm in an apartment of my own. And I knew it. I with every episode that went by, every time I shot a video, for every night that I spent in my car, every morning that I woke up, I knew in my heart, I knew deep down inside that one day this day would come. But a lot of you are probably asking the question, how did you get there? How did you do it? How did you survive for 22 months living in your car? In March of 2020, pandemic happened, everything went crazy. We had a lockdown, and that was probably the scariest moment for me. And at that time, I had stopped vlogging already, so I wasn't doing any more videos. I felt like I shown you guys that I've done everything already. I think as episode 26, 27, maybe like the last 4 episodes or so, I started feeling like I'm just repeating myself. Like, yes, I'm in a car. Okay, he's in a car again. We get it. Yes, he's broke. I'm repeating myself. I'm a broken record. And there's no need to shoot any more vlogs. Pandemic happened. Mind you, I had nowhere to go. When we had the lockdown, we had a curfew. I think it was like midnight or whatnot. But you couldn't really just hang out or park anywhere and be seen. It was kind of scary. And I almost got to the point where I was going to tell my family, I think I need to stay with somebody. Gyms were also closed. I would shower at the gym. I did everything. I charged up some of my stuff. But now the pandemic added on that extra layer of difficulty. And now what was I to do? That's when you got to start asking for help. So I started asking for help from my family, my friends. I started charging all my stuff at my brother's place. I also had to learn to develop a new system, because now I don't have a warm shower. I don't have all those things. I can't store my food. I also have to go to the beach to shower. And I also have to develop a new system where I would go in this cold shower and I would shower at the end of every day. Eventually I developed a system where I found a warmer shower. And this is a little secret. In Alamana Beach Park, if you go towards like where the canoes are, there's actually a shower, probably the only shower I know of in the park that has warm water. I guess you could say that my luck started turning around, but in the weirdest way. With the pandemic, with all the bad that it brought, it also brought a lot of good. And we had stimulus checks. I started collecting unemployment. I got paid more on unemployment than I did working my regular jobs. So now I have all this money, and let me tell you how I got out of it. Because without the pandemic, I'll be honest with you, I probably don't know if I would have gotten as far as I did or as far as I am today. I would gain all this money and I would save it up, or I would put it towards bills. I would only keep what I needed for eating, for necessities. Then during the pandemic, somewhere about April to May of 2020, things started weirdly looking up for me. I started catching up on bills. I paid off a credit card. I started having more money. You know, not only the stimulus checks, but you also had business loans, different ways that you could be helped out. There was even rental assistance that I used for 2 months. My luck finally turned, and I finally started feeling like I was getting somewhere. Around June of 2020, I started planning out the visions I would see every day. I would go on Craigslist, I would look at apartments and everything. It started becoming a reality. I started becoming closer to that goal. And I said, I think it's time. I think it's time to finally get an apartment. I think it's time to finally go on my own. I think I can do it. I think I can afford it. So July of 2020, I finally found a place and I moved into it, and here I am today. Crazy. And I remember day one. I remember going up that hill in Kakako Park. And when I made that video, I remember I was wearing a blue shirt. I remember everything. I was thinking, okay, I'm actually going to do this. I'm actually going to go through with this, and I'm going to live out of my car. And as I'm talking to the camera, it's becoming more and more of a reality. As the sun is starting to set, I'm starting to think more like, this is it. Damon, you're actually going to live in your car. And that day I felt worried, I felt scared, but I also felt hopeful. I felt like if I could get rid of the biggest bill that we have, rent, if I could minus that, I actually had a fighting chance to catch up, get out of debt, and maybe one day get an apartment. And it was, I'll never forget that. And then Nomad in Hawaii happened, right? 29 episodes later, and here we are. Besides the stroke of luck that I had and the assistance that I had that just happened to come at the right time, I also had friends. I also had clients. And it was all these people that helped me get through this, helped me get to where I am today. I had friends reach out. I had people on Facebook, Instagram reach out to me. People that didn't even know me in real life. And they knew my situation. I came out with the interview and I finally moved into my new apartment. Everyone heard my story and people started donating money. People started helping me. They started giving me household supplies. All the little things. Because of the pandemic, I started having more clients roll in. People were scared to go to the gym. People wanted an alternative. And my business as a personal trainer, I was the alternative. We had classes, we had training outdoors. And my clients, besides all my friends and everything, my clients was really the ones who dug me up and brought me back. You brought me back to life. I just want to take this time to thank all of you for watching, all of you for supporting me, all of you for following this journey. And I've gotten your comments, I've gotten your messages, your DMs, and all the support that you guys shown during this journey has been really has meant a lot to me. To my friends, to my family, thank you so much for your help. Thank you so much for your support. And lastly, my clients. My clients who refused to let me die, refused to let me go down in smokes. You guys have trusted me with your goals. You have trusted me to be your trainer. And this is how I make my living. And because you have trusted me, you've also helped me to get out of this. I cannot thank you enough. I really can't. So we end the journey now. Current day, I'm in an apartment of my own. I paid off, during this time, I paid off a loan. I paid off a credit card. I'm on the verge, 2 months more, I'm gonna pay off another credit card. And then I will be almost out of debt. The struggle continues. Don't think the journey this is the end of the journey. Technically, I still have things to pay off. I'm still trying to save up money. I'm still trying to fix the damage that I've done to myself, to my finances, to my credit. Current day, I'm trying to fix all of these things. So, yes, it's a celebration, but the struggle still continues. But things are a lot better. Things are a whole lot better compared to where I was last year. And I have all of you guys to thank for it. So episode 29, the final episode of Nomad in Hawaii. The day has finally come where we put a cap on it. We put a lid on it. This is it. I'm in my own apartment. Things are doing great. Business is good. Whew. I'm speechless. I hope you guys enjoyed this journey. And if there's one thing I can leave with you, is that never to give up. Anything is possible. And we all have our struggles in life. And there's times where we feel like giving up. There's times where we think that we just can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. But trust me, if you guys hang on, you will get there. Things do get better. I promise you. You just have to hang in there. You have to fight and never stop dreaming. I dreamed every day, every night. I dreamed of this moment. And I knew one day I would move into my own apartment, and it finally happened. So thankfully, there's a good ending to this story. Keep dreaming, never give up, and I'll see you guys out there. Appreciate the little things that you got. Appreciate having a bathroom to brush your teeth, having a mirror, having a sink. Appreciate having a stove to cook on, to cook your food. But also save your money. Save your money. Make good investments. Don't let your credit cards, don't let your bills pile up. Live within your means or below your means. You don't need a lot of stuff that you buy. A lot of you are eating out 5 times a week. Like you could be saving like $50 to $100 a month or more. You just don't realize it. I got myself into this. I made mistakes over the years. I made financial mistakes, and I just couldn't upkeep myself. I couldn't afford rent. There were things that I had to do, and I got myself into this. And I think you have to take responsibility for your actions and your mistakes. You can't blame people. If you're always spending money shopping or going on trips and you're talking about being broke, you're not broke. You took that trip. You decided to buy that extra pair of shoes when you already got 10 in your closet. And I did a lot of stuff too, and I'm paying for it. And I don't wish this on anyone. I did what I had to do to survive. And regardless of how people think of me, this is what I had to do. And I was lucky enough to survive. I was lucky enough to still run my business, my podcast. And I'm here today. When someone could have easily broke into my car, I could have I could have been mobbed. There's a lot of things that could have happened. So it really is a celebration at the end of the day. I survived, and I'm still here to tell my story. And that's what it comes down to.